So, first bison sighting. Well, we were hoping we were going to see one. Didn't know how long it would take, and it did not take very long. There's that big one. Oh, watch him. There he goes. Wow, he is huge. Okay, back to the drive. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to North Dakota. We are here at Theodore Roosevelt National Park. Specifically, we're at Painted Canyon Visitor Center here on the, I guess it would be kind of south eastern side of the park. And we're gonna do this quick little nature trail here, and then we're gonna head to the visitor center into Medora and get a little more information. They didn't really have any information at this visitor center. They just had a gift shop, but we got to go and do this view right here, and you can kind of get a peek of it right now. The Painted Canyon area here. So we are here, it's the 18th? Yep. July 18th, 2024. It's supposed to be like 90 degrees today, so should be plenty hot. Look at that. Wow. And I think they said some of this area is called the Badlands, so this isn't the South Carolina or South Dakota Badlands, this is the North Dakota Badlands that we'll be seeing some today. Wow. Look at that. So, they've got a nice path here. We're going to hike all along.
Morning, guys.
Morning. So here's another overlook here, the same canyon here. We got a little bit of information. So, Buck Hill. Elevation 2,855 feet. Trail leads from a parking area to the second highest point in the park, which I guess that's Buck Hill right there. The Little Missouri River, its tributaries in each passing rain shower sculpt away the rolling plains, giving form to rugged badlands before you. This ever-changing land inspired a young man who later became the nation's 26th president. The National Park Service cares for a special place in his honor. And then this here, Upper Paddock Creek Trail. More than 50 miles of backcountry trails help hikers and horseback riders. So that is about, I think it's like right around here. Wow.
She's cute. Like puppies? Do you have a puppy? No. No? Yeah. She's really good with all ages. Shadow.
Here is the far end of this little trail here. Oh, it looks like you can go down a little bit here. So these girls are here, but there's some people down here too hiking. So it does look like you can go down in. I can see some more trail down here. Oh yeah, and right down there. So you can go down and hike in there. And even way down here, I see a little bit of trail. So if you want from here, you can hike all the way down in there. That's not our plans for today. Maybe if you have extra time one day, we'll do a hike somewhere. But today I think it's gonna be a lot of driving around and seeing a lot.
It's good. days it's gonna be 90.
Yeah, because it's going to be 90 degrees, so we don't want to keep hikes pretty short as it is. So let's go ahead, head back to the car, and see if we can get to that visitor center and get some more information. Make sure I don't miss anything. I have a lot of ideas of things to see, but I don't want to miss anything or do something in a wrong order, that we can use our time as wisely as possible. We have all day today, and we have tomorrow too if we want to do that. But I also have some ideas for other things we can do if we run out of things. If we see everything we need to see today, I got some stuff just outside of town we can also do. But if not, it'll be in another video or whatever. Okay, let's get to the car. Okay, so we went into the visitor center, the South Unit Visitor Center, and they had the traditional visitor center where you get the information. So we got this map, and this is what we're going to be doing here. So this used to be a loop, and is no longer a loop. You can see from here to here, there used to be the drive that would finish this loop that kind of goes here, but they've closed it off right there. So it's an out and back now. So if you've done this in the past and you're like, oh, it's a big loop, it's not a big loop anymore. It's an out and back. And that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna do the stops along the way. Google Maps says the drive is about an hour or so. So we're gonna do that, and we'll just kind of hit up all the little stops as we go. And then, depending on time, we might head up to the North Unit later, and I think I'll put that in a separate video because they said there's a lot different features out there and animals out there, but it is quite a ways away. So we'll see how we do on time if we go to the North Unit today or not. Okay, let's hit the road. So this first stop, I don't know if you can hear them squeaking. Oh, there's a bunch of them over there. Is the prairie dog town here, and you can see all these little mounds and hills, all the prairie dogs here. Cool. So the most noisy and inquisitive animals: black-tailed prairie dog. One's common in the Great Plains. Prairie dogs are absent from most historic range. Hunting, trapping, poisoning, disease, habitat destruction. Males up to 5 years, females 8 years. Cool. There's a bunch of them. So I won't get too close, and you're probably not going to see well in this video because it's so wide, but you know, there's one right there. There's a few over here. All kind of staying by their little holes. And if I listen carefully, I can hear them. There's actually a hole right here too. And they make a little chittering or a chatter sound here. Wow. And then if you ignore this right here and looking off from the distance here, you can see the canyons and all this thing here. It's just crazy. This land out here is amazing. That's all I can say. So different. How you go from the flats, which is one thing in North Dakota, to the all of a sudden we get here and we get canyonlands, basically all the Badland area. Nuts. There must be 1,000 hills here. There's so many. I can see some on the other side of the road. I see some over here. Wow, it's nuts. So let's go ahead and move on to the next stop. So just a short drive from the prairie dogs, which are literally just back here, maybe a few hundred yards, is the first stop here. This is the Vista Skyline Trail, or Skyline Vista. Oh, we gotta get our clothes on. Micah is decked out in his summer wear today. So this is just a short, it's a quarter-mile total. It's an out and back. I can see the end of it. It's just this plaque up here to see the whole vista view up here. So, oh yeah. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Skyline Vista, 5 minutes. Easy, paved, nearly flat. Okay, no horses. I can do that. So one of the things they told us at the, what do we call it, grasshoppers?
Yeah.
At the visitor center was, so there are there's lots of trails here. They're really long. Some of them really, obviously, like this one, really short, just a quarter mile out and back. But they did say you're allowed to go off trail anywhere you want. So they said that's a bonus. If you just want to go and walk that way, we can do that. We're allowed to do that. So if we wanted to walk through all the prairie dog hills, I guess we probably could have. There was no signs that say we couldn't, and they said you can go off trail, so I guess you could, but I'm not gonna mess with the prairie dogs. So a little tidbit to know: if you come here, if you want to just walk around, you're allowed to just walk around. Look at this view here. So this is the main highway that cuts through, that brings everybody in and out of town at Medora. I think that's Medora just over there. And so we're on the very far south edge of the south unit of the national park. And we'll be able to see out towards, that way would be towards Montana. We're not too terribly far from the Montana border out here. Looks like we got something out there being constructed on top of that hill. Something big. Yeah, this is cool. This is, I don't know what I compare it to. It looks like pictures of what Badlands looks like. I haven't been to Badlands yet. We will get to that later in this trip. This is what I imagine Badlands would look like. I don't know if I can compare it to anything else that we've seen. Would you?
No.
This is different. Not Grand Canyon-y at all, really. It's something different. Skyline Vista. Here we go. Carried away. The plateau where you are now, and the one across the valley were once continuous plain. So this all used to be straight across. Once the river carved away the material between, creating little Missouri Badlands. So a river came through here and carved all this stuff out. Crazy. You are starting to feel the heat now too.
Dry.
It is definitely very dry. No humidity really, but the heat is getting you. So let's hop back to our car and on to the next stop or view. So first bison sighting. Well, we were hoping we were going to see one. Didn't know how long it would take, and it did not take very long. There's that big one. Oh, watch him. There he goes. Wow, he is huge. Okay, back to the drive. we got here to this prairie dog town, and this is all prairie dog hills right here. And then we pulled up and all the spots were taken, and then we're like, oh shoot, we're not gonna be able to get out here. So I'm gonna stay right here for now and just get a view from this side. Let these guys do what they want to do. But here we go, a whole herd of bison. Oh, look at them all. Not a care in the world either. They don't care about us at all. They're just here to eat and sleep and I guess bother the poor little prairie dogs. Can you imagine you're a prairie dog and thing sits down in your hole? I'm sure they don't smell good. I just heard one chirp back here. Hope he's not mad at me. Down in this hole here. Maybe. Wow. And there's a little baby over there too, laying down. So cool. I didn't know if we were going to get to see many wild ones here, but saw that one down the road and now I got this whole herd here. Very cool. Kind of scared off all the prairie dogs though, unfortunately. I was hoping to see more prairie dogs. Yeah, there's some up here on this hill. Running around, scampering. Very cool. So we're getting maybe a third of the way through the trail so far. It's not taking us too long, which is good. But it's been great. It's just a beautiful place to drive. And just look, I mean, you're just looking at everything. That's how you don't notice that there's a whole herd of buffalo sitting here, because you're looking at the scenery in the background and not noticing. Okay, so if I get back in the car here and head out in a few minutes, just enjoy the herd and the views in every direction. So this next stop here is Boycott Overlook. So we got Square Butte, which is just there. Sentinel, which is like right there. Camel's Hump Butte, which is this little bump, I think it's right there. And the East and West Twins, which I can't quite see. But just another view here. We're maybe 2/3, 3/4 of the way through the drive. I think there's a hike here. I don't know if this is the trail or, oh no, this is the trail here. There's a trail here. I'm not going to do the trail, this one. They're really, really short, but just don't want to get Mike out of the seat for every single one. So just enjoy the views. It's just, look at that. I mean, as far as the eye can see, just Canyonlands. That I will say, it kind of reminds me of is Canyonlands, just a little bit. Canyonlands seem to be a little more steep. This seems to be more vast, but it's crazy. And if you look out this way too, you just got wide open plain through there. Crazy. Wow. Okay, on to the next stop. Bison here. We can just kind of slowly slide on by. This one's somewhere near about the same number, I think, as the last one we saw. Maybe a few more. Wow, lots of little babies.
Oh, look at them.
Yeah, see at least 8 or so babies there.
Yeah.
Cool. This place just keeps on giving. Awesome. More views coming up. We went by the Boycourt Trail and decided not to do it yet. We're gonna just drive all the way to the end, and when we come back, we're gonna stop at the Boycott Trail, and that's the one we'll finish the video on. So you got to see that one, because the reason why we didn't stop is because it looked so cool. It's like we need to finish with that. So stay tuned for that, because it's gonna be a pretty epic view there.
So we were driving along and we found some wild horses.
Yeah, it's like almost a dozen of them.
They're running.
Oh no.
Because that guy was hiking. So I think they saw that guy and they ran away.
At least we got to see him for a second.
But that was pretty cool. I thought I saw them when we were driving by the first. Oh, that's why he's running.
Oh,
there's a
wow.
bison right there.
There's a bison, yeah. Wow.
That's why they were running.
Maybe. We'll see.
So yeah, we were driving by and I thought I saw something non-bison like, but it was around a bend, so I couldn't see it.
Yeah, looks like they're down the hill.
Yeah, I can't see them
for quite a while now.
But that was pretty cool. Wild horses.
Okay, let's get to the Boycourt Trail. Do that to finish the video. So just before Boycourt here, we see some more horses on top of this hill. It's gonna be really hard to see on this video, but it's a little dark. I think it's trying to decide. So it should be like right there. Yeah, those are horses. Future Kyle maybe try to zoom in a little bit, but looks like I got another dozen horses sitting there. Now off to the trail. Okay, so we are here at Boycourt Trail. And this is the view right here, and hopefully you'll be able to see right out there is where we're gonna hike to. I think it's a 0.3 mile trail or something like that, maybe a little longer. Try to see here. Yeah, 15 minutes.
Holding firehead, do not report.
Oh, okay. So 15 minutes, 0.3 miles, easy, gentle terrain. There we go, yeah. And if you see fire, don't report it, apparently.
Probably controlled burn that they know about.
So let's go ahead, get this quick hike out. As we were sitting there in the parking lot, we were looking out here in the bottom, and I can see some right now. There's just a random bunch of bison. Oh, there's some poop, so we need to watch out because we could run in some. So we saw maybe a half dozen, maybe 8 bison, different bison, just wandering around down there, mostly by themselves. I can see 2 right now down there. So you gotta be careful. I think being up here we're okay. Of course, we just saw a pile of crap, so you never know where they could be. Micah's gonna be our lookout, right, Micah? Yeah, he's gonna be the lookout, and he'll
The best seat in the house.
He'll give us a nice scream if he hears anything. Man, all these grasshoppers jumping around, hitting me in the legs, surprising me. So just gotta make sure when we go around these curves and stuff like that, we don't see anything surprising here. So we've seen 2 different herds of wild horses, which we were not at all expecting to see. And then, I mean, what, 2 or 3 different herds of bison here.
Yeah.
Just driving through. It's about a 45-minute drive total to do the drive out, and then it'll be another 45 minutes or so drive back out here. So give yourself an hour and a half to do the hike one way. Hour and a half out, hour and a half back. You know, that's depending on how many times you stop, that's probably all you're gonna need to see everything you want to see. But man, I could just look at this over and over and over, and I am. thing that this camera really isn't capturing. It's just how vast that really is. So this point right here, that's the end of the hike. That's what we're trying to get to. And it looks like from there, it's like 365 degrees around. So this is probably the 0.3 hike, but we're gonna do a little extra here, up and around here. So it's maybe a little bit longer than what they said, because I think that was already like 7 minutes, right? So this is probably a little bit longer.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, well maybe it is. I don't know. I just figured that paved path might be it. And I talked about earlier, Rebecca, when you were not there, I felt like some of this felt like Canyonlands-y.
Yeah, I would agree with that to a point.
Not quite Canyonlands, but
It's a big poop.
big poop. Not quite Canyonlands, but some of this stuff, you get some of the coloring and stuff, but it's not as, I don't know, up and like sheer rocky as Canyonlands is, but similar in some ways. Okay, I wonder which trail we need to take here. I'm going to take this lower one.
Same.
Yeah, they probably meet up. Got some cactuses there. Cacti. Watch out for snakes. Hopefully there's no snakes. Saw somebody hike this just before us, so hopefully there's not any animals on it. Okay, I don't see any bison here, so we're going to continue on our hike. Look at that puffball there. Look how big that is. Whoa.
Lots of grasshoppers.
Yeah, and you could just see grasshoppers everywhere in here. Oh, used to see them a lot when I was a kid, but not so much anymore. But I guess I know where they all are now. Holy moly. Okay, you can see the path right there to the finish for the epic view here at the end of Theodore Roosevelt National Park. What a great visit we've had. Great national park. Wow. If this is not on your map to see, it should be now. Oh yeah, I see another buffalo out there.
As long as we don't see one right on our trail, we're good.
Yes.
Down.
Okay, if you look right in here, there should be a dark spot. I can't see it on my screen, but maybe future Kyle will find it. I can't see. I'm trying to find a landmark here where it might be.
Where the bright white is.
Yeah,
right
it's like
there.
right there,
Yeah.
just up and to the right. Should be that dark spot maybe. Future Kyle, zoom in. There's a buffalo just sitting right there. Little bison all by himself. And then we saw over here, there was a little bit of the coral vein fire they were talking about. We saw some smoke, and I don't see it anymore, but
There's another bison right
yeah,
there.
if you look carefully, there's another bison out here. We saw another one out here. Yeah.
They're everywhere. As long as they stay.
As long as they stay down there. So yeah, stay down there, we're good. But here we are at the end of this hike. So let's get up there and get this epic view from the top. Oh yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, at least 4 over here in this white area. There's about 4 in there right now. Got a little bit of wind. Feels good. It is low 90s here today. It does not feel, oh, I guess the wind helps. It doesn't feel low 90s, and that might be because we live in North Carolina most of the time, and low 90s with like 100% humidity is way different than low humidity. Here we go. Look at that. Pretty epic. Look at that. Yeah, I see. So if you see inside this white area, there's 4 there. There's another one just over here. We've got the one right about there, I think. And if you look carefully, some other places, there's more. They're just roaming around. Oh yeah, there's one right there. So I think I see one somewhere up here. Yeah, there's one over here near one of these cliffs. It's really hard to see on my screen. Wow. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see. And then there's an 8th over here. So there's at least 8 that we can see right from here. And like I said earlier in the video, in this park, you can hike anywhere you really want. So if we wanted to, we can hike down there. You can see there's a trail down here that you can hike. It might be a game trail. I don't know.
Oh, you hear it?
Yeah, I did hear one. Like snorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of heading our way, those ones there. Wow. So, that is going to do it for our visit here at Theodore Roosevelt National Park. I hope you enjoyed this visit we had and enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button now. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We are doing a road trip, an American road trip. We're going to be here in North Dakota some more. We're going to be in South Dakota. We might do some Montana and Wyoming stuff. And then we're going to head back all the way back to the East Coast in North Carolina and hit stuff up all along the way. We got plenty more coming, so subscribe and comment. If you haven't commented, if you're the first one to make it here to the video and there's no comments below, be the first one to say first. Let us know you made it here. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. And we will see you in the next one.